guys, I'm just gonna show you this. So when we mark up the 4 hour for the high and lows, okay, so we work out what the trend is, and then we obviously do POIs, and then we on the 4 hour, and then the 1 hour, and then we drop down to the 15 when it gets to our area. Okay, but what I'm going to show you now is go on the daily time frame, okay, and I want you to mark up the last high and low of the daily, okay. And to mark up the last high or the low, right, you need 2 candles to be in line like that there, okay, level. So this will be the next one. So all we do, we work back, so we're going to go up, okay, this is the next one there, okay. If this wasn't up like that, then you would put it there, okay, but we're putting it here because that's level, basic level. I'm happy with that. And then this one, the next low. Now if this was say this candle was up here, then this wouldn't be level. Then you would then go down to this one because this one's level, right? And then that'd be your high and low, and that's your range that you're looking at, okay. But as you can see here, it's this one, okay. So what I do then is you mark out the 50%, okay, and then that gives you where you're going to buy, head down here, and you're going to sell. So basically you want it to push back down. As you know, it's going up, you're looking for buys, okay. So it's trending up, and now you're looking for buys. So you know you're not going to be buying down here. We want to come down here, okay. So that's where we mark out the daily, right. So on that one, okay, what I'm going to show you something now, okay. See, it just keeps pushing up, right. And say it went from, I'm going to show you something now. Say it went later on, right, let's change that to green. Say it went from, let's go with a different colour, from there, and then it went like this. I'll change that to red, and then we'll do another one there, change that to green again. Okay, say you came to the chart here and it was there later on, you reassess it. So what you would do, so we need another one of these actually. 2 seconds. Okay, say you kept the chart just like this, then you would then reassess. So what you would do then is you would go, there's your high, and then you would go, well, there's my low, if that was pushed down slightly, okay, and then you would go 50%, and then what you go from your sells would be there, okay, your buys there. Now we know we are looking, and then this will be the higher high, okay. So yeah, the higher high there, higher low, and then another higher low there, okay. That's how you would do, okay. And then what you do now is your new range is going to be, now you're looking for buys, you know it's trending up, so now you're looking for buys this area here, so you want to come back down here and then look for your buy. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm just going to show you when I drop down the 4 hour, right. So I'm going to revert back quickly there. Let's take this off. So we came to the 4 hour now, right. So as you can see, it's pushed up, pushed back down. So we're not looking. We're looking now to fill these areas here because you're looking to buy. So you don't look. You're not looking here because you're not selling. You're looking down here. You want this to push down. And like I said before, on the 4 hour, right? Sorry, on the daily, it's lined up. Yeah, does that make sense there? So that's the high, and there's your low. There's your range. That's your range you're looking at. Looking for buys because we're looking, because it's pushing up, it's turning up. We're looking for buys only. Drop down to the 4 hour. Okay, now you want it to push down here. Look, fair value gap here, and you mark the fair value gap. Okay, so you mark the fair value gap. Now you're looking for here. Okay, you're looking for area there to fill up. So you're looking for buys. Once you get to this area, then you're looking for buys. Right? You mark up the 4 hour point of interest. Then you're looking for, like, you've got here. You've got a bit of resistance on the 4 hour. Okay. Again, so you can come down here as well. So you're looking for buys down this area. These are the areas you look at. Right, so I hope that makes sense. And then what we do then is obviously we've marked the 4 hour. Then we're looking the 1 hour. And there again, look, we put some support and resistance lines in. Okay, you've got these here. Okay, you've got the Fair Valley Gap here. Fair Valley Gap. You've got the support and resistance here. This area here. If we can probably bring that across, maybe. Which goes to the support resistance and the Fair Valley Gap there, which it tapped into. Okay, and then maybe got a bit of, so waiting on tapping again. It could tap up. We'll see. So now you're looking, you're looking for buys. You want it to come back down here. This is the area because you're looking for buys. So you've marked the 4 hour, the daily high, daily low, gives you your range. Okay, and the reason why it's up here, because if you go back to the daily, that makes sense. It's the wicks. The wicks. Okay, this is what the wicks are. These marks here, yeah. So when you go on to the where it pushed up or pushed down, and when you got the 4 hour, it's them. These are the wicks. All right, but your high and your low of the candles is there and there. Okay, these other bits are wicks. So, but like I said, you're now pushing. You want to push down because you're looking for buys. I'm going to mark another one up quickly, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, we'll go through that now, so you know what I'm talking about in that respect. Hope I haven't lost anybody, but just bear with it. All right, so I'm going to go to Euro JPY. I think this is the one I looked at earlier. Yeah, okay, so we'll come to this chart here, but we're going to go on the daily, yeah? Right, so we'll go to the daily. Now you need to mark the high and the low of the flat candle, the last high and low of the flat candle. That's not really, a little bit there. Probably this one. This one is slightly off. So my low will be here, and my high will be here. Now what we do, we like to mark up. So you got higher high. Okay, and then you got your high low, and then you got your higher high. This is all on the day, sorry, higher high, and then you got your higher low. Okay, and then you got your higher high here. All right. Now you don't need to. You only need to mark like basically 3 movements. Don't go too far back, but it just gives you a rough area, right? Okay, so you've got all them. You know roughly there. So now you've marked there, and what we do now on this, so you can see it's going up, it's going down. Okay, so it's trending up. Right. So you mark that roughly half. Okay, and then what you do now is you put in. So because you're trending up, right? Sell, buy, and because you're trending up, you're looking for buys. Trending up, looking for buys. Right. That makes sense. Right, so what we're looking for now, we go jump down to the 4 hour, and we mark point of entry, so we do as well. So we want it now to come down this area here. We're not looking here. Okay, we want it in this area before we start looking for a buy. Right, this will help you guys trying to get stopped out or whatever. Okay, so you got a little bit of there. Push that across. Just tap there a little bit there. So you've got maybe there's a few there, yeah. Then push back down, push up, push through, come up. Yeah. So a little bit there. You've got a bit of support resistance there. Okay, and then have you got any fair value gaps on the 4 hour? Not what I could see. You've got a fair value gap there, but it's that's on the sell. So sell side, not really. We haven't really got anything there. So we jump down to 1 hour. So we jump down to 1 hour. Right, and then, so now we're looking for buys down here. We're not looking up here because that's the sell area. We want it to come back down this way, right? This will keep you out of trades. Like if you jump in up here, I think it's pulling back to this area and go up, when it could just push down here, go up a bit and then drop down. So you're looking for sell. This is a premium area down here. So let's see if we've got any fair value gaps along here. There's a bit of fair value gap here. Yeah. There's fair value gap there. Not really there. No, we've just got the support and resistance areas here. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens on that. So just keep that. Does that make sense? Yeah. So like I said, just recap. Okay. So you mark the high and lows. Okay. Of the daily. Oh, wrong one. Okay. And it just, I think this will help a lot of people. Right. So you're just marking the high and lows of it. Okay. So the last high and the last low. Okay, that's your range, and then you just basically mark it up, buy and sell, because we're looking for buys, because you know it's trending up. We're looking for buys. So technically you can just take that out there, but I'll just put it in there so I know, and I'll put it up here, looking for buys. All right, it's trending up. So just help you with it. I hope that helps. But yeah, so you can add that. So basically 4 hour markup, daily markup, high and low, buy and sell area. Work out the trend from that as well. Then go to 4 hour, again, work out with the trend on that. Happy with that. Then you drop down to 1 hour. Obviously mark your point of interest on your 1 hour, on your 4 hour, and then do it on your 1 hour, and then drop down to your 15 minute once if you set your alarms. Okay, just follow the trading plan. Hope this makes sense, guys. I'm going to stick this on the group now.